Trends O'Clock. This is Trends KE with KK Cedric.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for tuning in to our show tonight. This is Trends KE with yours truly, KK Cedric. We are here for an awesome discussion about film. I know many of you are either interested in film, you have tried, or you have ever wanted to try, or you're just interested in film, watching films. What do you think about the Kenyan film industry? Do you think we are doing good in relation to other countries? Name them. They are Bongo movies. We have Nigerian movies. The industry is so much wide. There's the Hollywood down in the USA. So where do you think we rate as Kenyans? We have an expert in the house. I'm talking about Kenneth. And Kenneth is a founder of Filamu Mitaani. He will tell us what Filamu Mitaani is all about. And then he will also tell us how one can get on the screen. In case you are saying that it's late, we shall hear from him if there's a problem with the age when someone can start and get onto the screen. Talking about acting and also backstage, those who do production, scripting, videography, photography, all that for film. So get your comments coming for the discussion we are having tonight. And we also have some trailers which we shall be showing you of the shows and the films that Ken has worked on. He's also having a film school. He's doing a lot, and I think it is good if we get it right from the horse's mouth. So keep your comments coming and engage us in this discussion. Let's know what you think and what you want to know. So right up, let me bring the specialist on the platform. So welcome. Yes, welcome to the show, Ken, and kindly tell us what Filamu Mitaani is all about, and introduce yourself, kindly, Ken. So get the comments coming for the discussion we are having. And the films that Ken has worked on is also having our film school. And he's doing a lot. And I think it is good if we get it right from the horse's mouth. So keep your comments coming and engage us in this discussion. Let's know what you think and what you want to know. So right up, let me bring the specialist on the platform. So welcome. Yes, welcome to the show again. Kindly tell us what Filamu Mitaani is all about and introduce yourself kindly.
Thank you so much, Cedric, for having me. Thank you so much, Cedric, for having me on the show. Sorry, we are having just a little bit problem here on the mic. Okay. Thank you so much, Cedric, for having me on the show. So my name is David Kenneth. I'm the founder of Filamu Mitaani TV. So Filamu is a grassroots media organization that produces audio visuals, and of course, our goal generally is to mentor young people in film and TV production. And basically what we've been able to do for the past 5 years since I started Filamu Mitaani, we've impacted a lot of lives. And then recently, I came up with the concept whereby I was able to just mentor young people, get them to just go through a sort of a practical curriculum based that are designed thing at the end of the day. I must say I'm a believer of diligence and dedication. That's who I am. I'm a
I think we are having a little bit of a delay there. And
I'm a tour and travel photographer. I'm a humanitarian photographer as well. I'm a film director. I'm a mental health advocate, and I do a lot basically. I'm also an agribusiness consultant as well.
yes, so we are getting into that discussion just now. Let me first show our audience, and as we work on connecting, working on your connection, Ken, let me just show our viewers what Ken has been doing with his team. And here is one clip of Ken's work, which he has worked on as the producer. Let's have a look at this clip here. It's a nice trailer. Then we get back to the discussion. Let's have a look at this.
What is wrong with you?
I have to be the king.
And who told you that?
Because I'm the firstborn in this house.
Young man, we have to wait for what the seer will say. For now, go clear your mind and you come back here.
So talking about how someone, Cedric, are you able to hear me?
He can't be the king. Why?
Can get into production and
for the
being
peace
able
to be in this land. The two sons can never be the king.
What?
Hey, don't try it.
A nice production there by Filamu Mitaani, and we shall be continuing with this discussion as Ken works on his connection. And there's just a lot that Ken has been talking about, and he has been talking about what he's working on at Filamu Mitaani, teaching guys how to do film. And you might be interested in this. So we will be finding out from him if anyone can do maybe online classes about it. And also there are testimonials. Actually, some of the people he has taught are tuned into the show, and we shall be requesting them to send their comments about their teacher and what kind of lessons they have received from him and from the entire team. Let me just share with you. This is the Filamu Mitaani. This is the work that they have been doing. Let's have a look at what they are doing there with the.
So the film school is a new way of transforming the society and impacting the young people with skills and the knowledge how to tell great stories in Africa. Of course, the young people that are graduating today, it's a big dream, and it's a dream come true for me. to see them graduate today and also go ahead and even start their own production houses.
The film school is really great because one of the things that many people really miss out for in this life is opportunity. And these people, these really young ladies and gentlemen, they've been given a really good opportunity to start, to be somewhere by the time they finish. It's a beginner course, but it's like they are learning everything almost, because it's not every day that someone does what Filamu Mitaani is doing to those people. No one will just allow you to walk into their set, see how people are doing 1, 2, 3. No, it doesn't happen that way. In a professional setup, in fact, what you're doing for them, it's a favor. Yeah, I'm really grateful for what you are doing for them, because as an actor, they are the people who will shoot us in the days to come, and they should be really shown how to do it right, because if you don't do it right, then you should not do it.
My name is Redemptor NGR. The film has really impacted me. Like right now, I'm assured to have the skill of taking photography with all the essentials. And I can also script write, especially documentaries, my favorite part. And also directing.
So my name is Steven Mwangi Kairianja, and I'm a second year School of Information Science. And joining Filamu Mitaani school was the best decision I made. I've learned a lot. Nimebambika sana, like nimelearn vitu nimekuwa nikiinspire kufanya. I wanted to be like a director. I used to direct hapo kitambo, lakini nilikuwa nafanya vitu hazieleweki. So when I came to the school, I learned on how to write scripts. There kitambo nilikuwa naandikiwa scripts ama na come up na idea naifanya once on the stage. So nimelearn kuandika script, kuichambua, camera angles, nini. So I've learned directing and so on. So basically nimesaidika sana, and okay, I'm planning to start a production company very soon, and I'm going to do a lot of films, documentary, majoring on local languages like Kikuyu, and of course documentaries which will go on deep on culture. Maybe I live in a place where people are pastoralists, so I'll major on that. Maybe their culture, maybe how they take girls, how do people don't go to school, maybe vile wanahama. So all those will be my maybe point of nini. So all those will be my maybe point of nini.
So welcome back, Ken. I'm hoping that we are connected now. So, you were telling us about the training you're doing with your team. What inspired you to make sure to get to the point that you always want to move with the group and not move on? Because I have worked with you before, and I always want to move with the group and not move on. Because I have worked with you before, and I.
There's an opportunity for young people to grow and learn something. And just like I said, that I'm a firm believer of diligence and dedication, and I see a lot of young people are dedicated and few things, and I saw that there were film schools that are so expensive. So I said, how about I create something where young people can learn at the grassroots level? So when I started, actually I didn't have a camera, and of course even but I had the skills. Remember, some time back I was part of the TV production by Shamba Shepherd when they came up with a TV show called Don't Lose the Plot. So when the show ended, and where I just came back home, and I said, how about if I create an impact at the grassroots level and allow more young people to learn? And then I also realized that when I teach people a lot, my skills also grow. And I also love that aspect of whereby I put a seed in someone's life. there are people who are mean with the skills they have. Society, allow other more young people to learn from me and also learn from them, and also grow my network holistically. So you find that the young people that I mentor are also young people who are also within my reach, and they have also grown skill-wise, and some of them are the best in the industry so far. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. It's actually great to move along with people and but alone. And you have said that help you also improve your skills. So one thing that I will ask you from what you are doing, where do you think the future of the Kenyan film industry is compared to other African nations, for example? Where the future of the Kenyan film industry is compared to other African nations, for example?
Okay, the future of Kenyan film is very bright, I must say, Cedric. And let's talk about the films that have been now on Netflix, like the Uradi, Disconnect, and even 40 Sticks. And recently, you've seen Morning After being part of the films that have joined Netflix. And you see what happens. 10 years ago, we saw that the films that were being distributed were via the DVDs, and it was the in thing, and people could produce millions of copies. So our Kenyan audience are interested in the quality, and you see they're interested in terms of how are you able to produce that. So it was really expensive in 10 years ago to produce something of quality, but it's now cheaper because of the introduction of DSLR. We can see more young people are getting into even production, and even the Kenyan audience are also accepting the content that we produce because we have that rich culture. Of course, now you see in other industries, like you see the Nollywood and the whole and the Riverwood, they have come up with a concept whereby there is easy distribution. You see, even now in the local content, you see they're being produced and aired in the mainstream media, and that's also encouraging local producers to just produce something and see. Well, I must also say that there's a disconnect between the advertisers and the broadcasters, because you find that the production back then was relying on advertising, but of course now people can now produce something, put it on YouTube, and that's also people can also get money out of what they produce. And there are also associations, because there's also Riverwood. So that's also making sure that there is also demand, and even creating opportunities for even other producers to produce that content, sell in Kenya, and also distribute abroad. In the next 10 years to come, there's a lot of going to be Kenyan content airing outside there, because we've now moved to a stage whereby you see those content are not just being produced by Kenyans themselves, but they tell the Kenyan story, and they tell the African story authentically. So that is what I'm also going to be a lot of competition, because if you see even the Kenyan actors who have also made it abroad, the likes of Eddie Gadegi, Lupita Nyong'o, and also Benjamin Ochieng, that also tells you that the Kenyans are really working hard to make sure that they put up the good content outside there.
Wow, that's awesome. And one thing that I will ask also, there are people who are so much interested in knowing how they can get on the screen. Is there an age? Or first, let me ask if it's something that is inborn acting, or is it something that someone develops over time as they grow? Okay. Wow, that's awesome. And one thing that I will ask also, there are people who are so much interested in knowing how they can get on the screen. Is there an age? Or first, let me ask if it's something that is inborn acting, or is it something that someone develops over time as they grow? Okay.
I must say you must have the passion, but there's one thing that makes the difference. Everyone can work hard, but consistency is the end thing. Are we together, Cedric? So if we try to just say that you can be talented in acting, but if you don't put in the work, if you don't work hard, or if you don't get the opportunities and the platform to just showcase your talent. And one thing that that happens with people who want to get on the screen, the most interesting, just produce something small and show to the world that you can do it, and also build your portfolio online in terms of acting. And there is no limit in terms of age. You can start as early as even 10 years old, 5 years. By just doing something small on your own, you'll be able to make it to the screen. So there's no formal requirement to get into acting. First, you must be passionate about it, and then also work on your craft, and then be you. People will also appreciate you more when you produce something and become somebody different from what they expect of you in the industry. Cedric.
Wow, that's awesome. Let me just play one more here. Sorry, let me just share, Ken, the permission. Just one. Awesome. Let me just play one more here. Sorry, let me just share.
Life is indeed a puzzle. I once had a dream of owning a car, beautiful family, and being financially stable. But look at me now. I have everything I prayed for. What is the value of working hard?
Are you okay?
Yeah. Ni bora mtu aliye kwa gari ama acheke kwa nduthi?
That's another amazing work. I can see you have done it from Moi University, and being a student, tell me how it is managing to jump between training, doing film itself, and also managing classes at the same time. How do you manage doing all those things, Ken? Manage doing all those things, Ken.
I'm a planner by nature, and I must say that one of the things that I was endowed with in my life is to manage time. So in as much as I have all that, I wear so many hats. At the end of the day, I must set the priorities right, never miss a class, and also connect and also do a film and also pursue my passion at the end of the day. So you find on a typical time of the day, I try as much as possible to make sure that I've scheduled time for the classes, that is now for the schoolwork, and also now for the film classes as well. I also to shoot films. So what keeps me going every day is make sure that on the weekend I rest as much as possible, unless whether I don't have a gig, and then I also interact a lot with nature. So that gives me the energy to move throughout the week. So you find that I don't waste my weekend. My weekend is either resting or doing photography, and also maybe 1 or 2 times maybe to shoot a film. So it keeps me going. And then another one thing I've also realized that when you design a system whereby you are pursuing your passion and also you're changing lives, you find the drive to move on every day part of that progress. And I've also realized at the same time that when you make a system whereby you are creating solutions, money look after you. You don't chase after money. So that is one of the things that also worked for me, Cedric. Yeah. So I try to manage my time and also don't miss the class. So yeah. So I, maybe from 5, maybe when the classes normal classes at the school, I also do now that part time now the teaching as a film mentor. Yeah. So that's how I'll be able to manage my time. Yeah.
And there's a question I had asked you for the sake of actors. There are people maybe who might be interested in getting into the game. Is it something that is inborn or it's something that can be developed by someone practicing? And there's a question I had asked you for the sake of actors. There are people maybe who might be interested in getting into one practicing if they want to.
Acting. I know there are people who are talented in acting, and I also know people who have been. Okay, Cedric. I know people who are talented in acting, and I also know people who have gone through the training and been able to act on the screen as well. But of course, there is just one aspect that always, when you become an actor, you have to understand how do you present yourself in front of the screen. So you'll need the training as well. In as much as you say you have the talent and you want to practice acting, it can be inborn, yes, but also you also have to get to whereby you get the training from other people so that at some point you as an actor you have to understand that that this is how the game goes. So when you interact with people a lot on the set, like the directors, and eventually you become a good actor, than not just saying I'm just talented in acting but you don't do something. So you have to create a channel, produce something. That is how your talent will also grow. Yeah, but if you say just inborn alone, it doesn't make sense to me. Yeah.
Yes, and let's talk about the roles, Ken, the roles that people take in film. The current society, people have very many issues around with what the social media shows us. So life is all glittery and there are no problems in it. That's what we see on social media other than what's happening on the ground. So most people would prefer, even for starting, to take those shiny roles. They don't want to take these other roles that depict them as being downward, let's say financially or so. Is it something that it can be considered to be a hindrance to the growth of someone's career in acting? Like they try running away from roles that depict them as being lowly on a film. They want the glittery roles of being rich and such things that the social media currently is showing us. Does that have an effect to someone's growth in the film industry? Career in acting, like they try running away from roles that the big is showing us. Does that have an effect to someone's growth in the film industry?
Bring the script to life, and at any point you are given a role, you must execute it. But other see it as a hindrance, and others see it as an opportunity. It depends where you look at it from. For me, as a director, I'll say that when you're given a lesser role whereby you are depicting either you as a poor person, that will open for you more opportunities for other directors to call you on board to be part of them in terms of the production, right? And when you're given a role that is that makes you look as a rich person, of course, there are those who will also sideline you to feel that you only want to be part of the shiny part. You don't want to get to other part of whereby respect the process. You get me? What if the life of that actor maybe is behaving so badly towards a particular character on the film, and then when people meet that person in real life, they try to at least be harsh on him just because you know those roles that you take on the film. So and also you see people in film, love is depicted as perfect, and maybe in reality, so people expect that person to behave the same way, maybe romantic, or maybe to show some aspect that he or she had depicted in the film. So that will not hinder the progress of a person. It just makes you to grow. It just makes you to grow. I'll say that it's like you are moving into a mountain whereby you'll be able to see more opportunities and people will support you. Look at, for example, the role that Lupita played in 12 Years a Slave. It didn't make her a lesser person, but of course now it made her shine more and we're able to see her more in more of the film. So I'll say that is a backward mentality. When you see you acting in a lesser role, doesn't mean you'll also be not progress in the acting industry.
Wow, thank you. Thank you for that. And let's listen into what people are saying, those who have tuned into the show. Thank you very much for tuning into this discussion tonight. And we really apologize for the problems we have had with the connection. At least right now, I think you can hear Ken well. Sauti, watching from Nairobi, Kenya. Hello, Sedo. JK Empire. JL Empire is always tuned into our show. Thank you very much, JL Empire. We have tuned in, that's our producer there, Don, following from Maseno. Thanks, sis, for tuning into the show. But at Home Productions. Wow. Kindly fix the sound. We have tried doing that. Thanks for tuning in. Don Apple Jaka is tuned from Kochi, India. That's our producer there, Don. Thanks very much. Aha. Ken anapotea sauti. We have tried fixing that. Yes, thank you very much. For those of you who have tuned into the discussion tonight, we have Shiro Kim tuned in from Nyeri. Now, how are you managing a startup in this industry, provided hustle na capital ni noma? Ken, save that question there. You will come back as I wind up the others. Tuned in from Nyeri, that Shirukim is asking, how are you managing a startup in this industry, provided hustle na capital ni noma? You will answer that when I finish reading. Kindly advise Ken to mute his mic when he's not speaking. There is a lot of echo. Yes, that's just what we've done. We have Alex, habari zenu wakurugenzi, mkate kura. Watu mko na kura, by the way. Show iko sawa. Nice seeing you, Ken. Thanks for sharing with Sedo. Thank you very much, Alex Onsase, for tuning into the show as well. So, Ken, as we come back to you, how are you managing this? Is it being very heavy financially? Then we are winding up. Kindly, you will let us know how, if someone else can join the team as a student, maybe online, or how else can they get a training in film and all the other services that you offer at Filamu Mitaani, Ken? Is it being very heavy financially? Then we are winding up. Kindly, you will let us know how, if in film and all the other services that you offer?
So Cedric, what I will say about financing a film. One thing you can do is do crowdfunding. So for example, when I want to do so you can do crowdfunding when you want to do a production on so I have the skill in terms of camera work, and I look for a photographer. So I teach the photographer how we together the videography. So we are able to exchange, and over time we were able even to get a few gigs here and there, and that has enabled us to even to fund our productions as well. So crowdfunding, where you look for people for skills, you exchange the skills. At the end of the day, you're able to come up with something. I know funding is a big issue when it comes to starting a startup, and it's very big. So, but I'll say just look for how you can exchange skills, raise funds for a production. For example, if you produce something, where can you screen it? In as much as there is YouTube, but of course, YouTube is not sustainable. You have to take a lot of time, maybe for you now to get your reward. And for someone to join our film, you can follow us on Filamu Mitaani Film School on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, whereby you can able to reach us, and then you'll be able to our numbers are there and our emails are there, so we'll be able to get back to you and help you. So we teach videography, we teach we teach cinematography, we teach
We lost you there for a moment, Ken. Hey, I think you've muted your mic.
Other areas, but currently is available in Eldoret Moi University for the physical classes, but online classes are available. So we have the master class, which is 3 months, and also we have the beginner classes. So when you reach out to us, we'll be able to share with you all that. Thank you.
Wow, thank you very much, Ken, for showing up for this discussion today. It has been an awesome discussion having you, and we hope to do another live discussion sometime later so that we can teach people on how they can maneuver and get into this industry. So thank you very much for showing up, and thanks for everybody actually who has tuned into the show this Thursday. We apologize for the few technical hitches we've had on the sound and connectivity. It has been an amazing discussion, and there are so many things to learn out of it. Just go and follow Ken's platforms, Filamu Mitaani TV, on all social media platforms, and see the amazing work they are doing over there. And if you have any questions, you can actually ask those questions on those platforms, and they will be answered on how you can maneuver through this industry. You know, it's great if you are interested in something, chase it. And if you find people like Ken who can show you the way and help you around, that will be amazing. So I'm winding up. I'll finish with this short trailer, which I showed you before as we end the show. So have a good night and see you next Thursday.
What is wrong with you?
I have to be the king.
And who told you that?
Because I'm the firstborn in this house.
Young man, we have to wait for what the seer will say. For now, go clear your mind and you come back here.
He can't be the king.
Why?
For a peace to be in this land, the two sons can never be the king.
What?
Hey, don't try it.
It's Trends O'Clock. This is Trends KE